Tonight, we are not talking about the monsters from nightmares. No, we are talking about the monsters that walk among us. The scary truth is, serial killers often blend in so well. They could be your neighbor, your co-worker, or even your friend. This is 10 in 10, and we are covering the 10 scariest serial killers that have been caught, that is. The year is 1888. A dense fog hangs over London's Whitechapel district, shrouding its cobbled streets in an eerie silence, broken only by the clatter of horse-drawn carriages. It is here, in this unforgiving urban jungle, that Jack the Ripper, perhaps the most infamous serial killer of all time, stalked his prey. His victims, all women, were found with their throats slashed, their bodies mutilated in a manner so savage, so coldly calculated, that it sent shockwaves through Victorian society and beyond. The newspapers were filled with gruesome details, and the public was gripped by fear and morbid curiosity. The Ripper's reign of terror was as swift as it was brutal, his 5 confirmed victims discovered within a 3-month span. Each murder seemed more horrific than the last, leaving the community in a state of perpetual dread. Despite countless theories and tireless efforts by Scotland Yard, Jack the Ripper was never caught. But with modern technology and a 100% DNA match, a name has finally emerged: Aaron Kaminsky. To some, the case is finally closed. To others, Jack the Ripper still walks the foggy streets of London, his true identity forever lost to time. Handsome, charismatic, and utterly ruthless, Ted Bundy shattered the image of the stereotypical serial killer. He was a chameleon, blending seamlessly into society, often using his charm and perceived vulnerability to lure his victims, typically young women who resembled his college sweetheart. Bundy's most notorious act, the Chi Omega sorority house murders in 1978, saw him bludgeon and strangle 4 women in a single night of unimaginable violence. His crimes, marked by their brutality and depravity, exposed a darkness that lurked beneath the surface of American life, a chilling reminder that evil can wear a friendly face. Jeffrey Dahmer's crimes were not merely acts of violence. They were grotesque rituals fueled by a mind consumed by necrophilia and cannibalism. Driven by a need to exert ultimate control, Dahmer would drug, kill, and dismember his victims, often preserving their body parts as macabre trophies. His apartment, a scene of unimaginable horror, became a chilling testament to the depths of his depravity. Dahmer's psychological profile revealed a deeply disturbed individual, haunted by loneliness, isolation, and a profound disconnect from humanity. His case stands as a stark reminder that the human mind, in its darkest recesses, can harbor unimaginable horrors. John Wayne Gacy, the man who hid his monstrous nature behind the guise of Pogo the Clown, preyed on young boys and men, luring them to his home with promises of work or companionship. There, in the crawl space beneath his suburban house, Gacy committed unspeakable acts, torturing, sexually assaulting, and murdering at least 33 victims. His capture in 1978, sparked by the disappearance of a teenage boy, sent shockwaves through America. The discovery of the bodies, buried beneath his house like grim trophies, exposed the horrifying reality of Gacy's double life. He was a pillar of the community, a man who dressed as a clown to entertain children, yet harbored a darkness that defied comprehension. Richard Ramirez, dubbed the Night Stalker, terrorized Los Angeles in the summer of 1985. His modus operandi was chaos, his crimes seemingly random, targeting victims of all ages, races, and social backgrounds. Ramirez broke into homes in the dead of night, his victims waking to the terrifying reality of his presence, their homes transformed into scenes of unimaginable violence. His crimes, fueled by a potent cocktail of drugs and a fascination with the occult, left an indelible scar on the psyche of Los Angeles, turning the sanctuary of one's home into a place of fear and vulnerability. In the annals of criminal history, few names evoke the same visceral revulsion as Ed Gein. Known as the Butcher of Plainfield, Gein's heinous acts have left an indelible mark on the collective psyche. Driven by a warped obsession with his deceased mother and a desire to quite literally become her, Gein exhumed corpses from local cemeteries, often under the cover of night. He would then fashion their skin and bones into grotesque furniture, clothing, and even masks, creating a macabre collection that defied belief. When I see a pretty girl walking down the street, I think two things. One part wants to take her out, show her a good time, be a gentleman. The other part wonders what her head would look like on a stick. Ed Gein. These chilling words offer a glimpse into the disturbed mind of a man whose actions would horrify the world. Gein's crimes, discovered in 1957, shocked even seasoned investigators, who were unprepared for the horrors they would uncover, revealing a level of depravity that transcended the boundaries of human comprehension. His story remains a dark chapter in the history of American crime. Aileen Wuornos, a highway prostitute operating in Florida, shot and killed 6 men between 1989 and 1990. Wuornos claimed self-defense, alleging that her victims had raped or attempted to rape her. Her case sparked a media frenzy, with some portraying her as a victim of circumstance, a woman driven to desperate measures by a life marred by abuse and hardship. Others saw her as a cold-blooded killer, her claims of self-defense a calculated manipulation. Wuornos' story has been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and even a feature film, Monster, starring Charlize Theron. H.H. Holmes, America's first documented serial killer, was a master manipulator, a charismatic conman who used his charm and cunning to lure victims to their deaths. In the shadow of the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, Holmes constructed a macabre hotel, later dubbed the Murder Castle, a labyrinthine structure rigged with secret passages, gas chambers, and a crematorium. Holmes's motives remain shrouded in mystery, his crimes a chilling testament to the depths of human depravity. Was he driven by greed, a thirst for power, or a sadistic desire to inflict pain? The answer, much like Holmes himself, remains an enigma. The Zodiac Killer, a shadowy figure who terrorized Northern California in the late 1960s and early 1970s, remains unidentified to this day. His crimes, marked by their brutality and the cryptic messages he sent to the press, captivated and terrified the nation. The Zodiac's victims, often couples parked in secluded lovers' lanes, were subjected to terrifying ordeals, their lives extinguished in a hail of gunfire. Despite numerous leads and countless hours of investigation, the Zodiac Killer's identity remains a mystery, his cryptic ciphers a haunting reminder of his unsolved crimes. To this day, the families of his victims live with the agonizing knowledge that their loved one's killer has never been brought to justice. Andrei Chikatilo, known as the Butcher of Rostov, was a monster who stalked the Soviet Union, his name becoming synonymous with fear and brutality. His reign of terror spanned over a decade, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Chikatilo's crimes were as brutal as they were numerous, each one more horrifying than the last. His victims, mostly children and young women, were subjected to unimaginable horrors before their deaths. He would often mutilate his victims' bodies, displaying a level of cruelty that was almost beyond belief. His crimes revealed a deep-seated sadism that shocked even the most hardened investigators. Chikatilo's arrest in 1990 finally brought an end to his reign of terror, but not before he had claimed the lives of over 50 people. The scars he left on the families of his victims and the psyche of a nation remain to this day. His case serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the human heart, a darkness that can manifest in the most horrifying ways, a darkness capable of producing monsters who defy comprehension, leaving a legacy of fear and sorrow that echoes through the years. They lived among us, monsters wearing human skin, each with their own twisted motive, their own pattern of horror, and their own trail of victims left in the dark. Their names are etched into history, not with honor, but with terror. And while some have been caught, others disappeared, vanished, or were never identified at all. One thing is certain: evil doesn't always die. It hides, it waits, and sometimes it returns.